Hi there, Bryce Holdaway here, co-host of Location Australia and Director of Empower Wealth. Now through this video training series we've uncovered the property investment formula, which was A, B, C, D. Asset selection, borrowing power, cash flow management and the defence strategy. The second video in the series was helping you understand the major players in the industry and who you're dealing with and the key questions that you need to ask. This particular video is going to go through the 5-step process of what we believe is successful property investing and will help you create a wealthier tomorrow. And one of the things I always tend to focus on is property investment is more than just bricks and mortar. So really it's a process, not an event. So the question is, do you have a process that you go through every time that you invest in property? Now, we help clients every day and we feel that for us to be accountable, there needs to be a process that we go through. So I'm going to show you exactly what that is and hopefully that you can use that when you go to buy your next investment property. So it's a 5-step process. The first step is really clarify. And that's important because one of my pet hates is the one-size-fits-all approach. And clarify is effectively collecting all of your information, understanding who you are, understanding more about your financial situation, and then working out what your goals are. Your short-term goals, your medium-term goals, and your long-term goals. Because that is entirely different for different people. It's important to know how far away from your retirement date you are. What is your desired income in retirement look like? And what sort of risk aversion do you have as an investor? Are you aggressive? Or are you conservative? Those are really important things for us to understand. Now the second step is to evaluate. And this is really looking for what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses. In your situation, what can we take advantage of and what do we need to be mindful of when it comes to putting together a strategy that actually suits you. So this is a bit like going to the doctor and them understanding what specialists do you need to actually implement what it is that you're looking to do. So that's the evaluation phase, and that's really assessing and analysing the strengths and the weaknesses of your situation. The third step is the plan. And I think this is the most crucial part, and I think it's also the most overlooked part because it's really difficult to project cash flows beyond 18 months. People who have really strong cash flow management skills often find it difficult in the sort of what happens if I go on maternity leave? What if I want to go on a holiday? What if I want to upgrade my house? What if I want to do some renovations? Real life events that happen in sort of side by side or complementary to your property investing activity. So building a plan is a bit like building a roadmap. It allows you to manage your cash flow. It allows you to project what impact extra debt will have on your situation. It will also allow you to model what outcomes, what growth rate you'll get, what interest rate you'll be paying, what rental yield you're having. So this step here is crucial, and it's effectively putting a strategy in place, which is really the formula, the A, B, C and D, and then having some tactics in place and some expertise into skill as to how you're going to execute and what type of properties, if it's property investment that you're going to be buying. Step 4 is really where, let's be honest, a lot of people start at step 4. It's the action, it's the doing, it's the implementation. And this is really important because there's two parts to it. It's actually finding the right asset, and in the case of property, finding which property investment suits your circumstances, and then it's having the ability to deliver. And that's the negotiation skills, the relationships with the agent, the ability to find what makes good property. If you remember back to our formula, A standing for asset selection, this is really about implementing that and making sure that you do buy the very best asset that suits you and your needs and your long-term goals. And then the final part is the manage. And I remember a story of a client of mine. She came and sat down with me and she said, look, I bought a property, it was in Sydney, it was an apartment back in 2004. And she said to me, look, my plan was I was on good income. So she said, look, I wanted to use this good income. I have a plan to buy an investment property each and every year from this point forward. And so I met her in 2010, and the question was, well, okay, if that was 2004, 2010, should have sort of 5, 6 properties. And when I asked her how many she had, she said, I've still got one investment property. And that's why this particular step here is crucial because it's really about measuring what you've done and then monitoring the plan and whether there's any fine tuning that's necessary. And for that particular client, the fine tuning was, hey, look, I'm having a great lifestyle. I should be buying more properties and I should focus on this. So that there is the process. You need to clarify, you need to evaluate, you need to build a robust plan that models cash flow. You need to be able to then have the ability to execute on that in terms of the implementation. And then this point here, I think, is, again, I refer to the fact that 73% of property investors stop at one investment property. And I think if you can focus on this particular step here a whole lot more, I reckon the percentage of people who buy more than one investment property will probably increase. So I hope this has served you. Hopefully you realise that property investing is not an event, it's actually a process. And this is a proven formula that we use with clients to help them on their road to financial freedom. So I guess now we've shown you the formula, we've shown you who the players are, we've given you the process. In the next video, we're actually going to put all of this together and show you, I guess, in a case study format, what following the well-worn path would look like, as opposed to maybe implementing some of these steps that we've been training you on and see the dramatic difference. So I hope this has served you. I hope you enjoy investing, and next time you look for a property investment, maybe implement this process.